Other Kingdom. In this update, we are going to be taking a look at this coastal low. This is a pretty powerful coastal low. We are seeing some major impacts already along the coastal areas, especially in New Jersey. We are really, I just looked at a few cameras up and down the Jersey's coast and even parts of Maryland. And I'm telling you, some of these cameras are already starting to receive 50-mile-an-hour winds very easily with some very heavy rain. It's been really nasty weather if you are across New Jersey, the shoreline. I cannot show you guys the cameras in the live stream, but I for sure can. One second, let me just get it going there. Okay. Welcome, welcome. I'm just trying to get there. Yup, welcome back, everybody. Sorry. Alright. So this is very interesting. I want to just take a look at everything here. This is the satellite imagery as of right now. And it looks like maybe a little bit of more convection. I mean, this morning, in my opinion, it doesn't actually look that good. This nor'easter. I mean, it is a nor'easter. It still is. But it's kind of actually taking its sweet time moving north. It's near the Outer Banks finally in the Carolinas. It's about entering in this area right here. It's continuing to move like this and likely will continue. We continue with that onshore breeze and those strong gusty winds. And this is likely to worsen throughout today into tonight. The impacts. I'm already starting to see winds up to 20 to 30 mile an hour wind gusts, and I do expect wind gusts to maybe reach 40, even near 50 mile an hour wind gusts. This is your coastal low, and honestly, this is it right here. Big coastal, a lot of clouds. Actually, in my area, I started seeing some peaks of sun up in eastern Pennsylvania. That was actually pretty cool out of this nor'easter. But honestly, this nor'easter is, in my opinion, not doing the best. I mean, to be honest with you, it is doing good, but when you look at the big picture of the radar, I don't know. It's in that middle of the mode. Like, if we take a look at the HER and compare this to today so far, this is our low, and actually this low is much more further north. HER has it wrong. The HER likes this low to be near the border of South Carolina and North Carolina. When you take a look at the satellite and imagery, this is very easily just a little bit more north. So this is probably more like over here right now. So the low is not in a good positioning right there, but it does expect it to sit there. And actually, it looks like to me that we do get some building back rains, like near the New Jersey's coast. I don't know how true that is, in my opinion, because I'll like to see how it continues throughout the rest of the day and see if we can get some more convection to build there. But like, HER likes it to spread out a little bit. I don't know. Okay. But according to HER, those wind barbs continue to get tighter, and the winds are expected to get worse. Stronger winds, heavier rains. But I don't know. Total accumulations already at this point. You're already talking about coastal New Jersey seeing up to already almost an inch of rain. Long Island, an inch and a half. Southern New England here. I mean, I don't know. When we take a look at the wind gusts here, the winds are expected to get a lot worse. Where we are right now, at 20 to 30, we are expected to see wind gusts continue to progress in the coming hours, worse and worse. And when we take a look at windy is a good one for this. Windy.com And this is, let's take a look at wind gusts, because those wind gusts are expected to get a bit more worse, especially along the coastal areas. This is, if you want to say, this is as of 11, let's go. This is as of 12 o'clock. They are saying, I mean, this is actually pretty true right here. I mean, in these cameras where I'm seeing about 40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts, I mean, this is quite true. Let me just quickly go here. Yeah, this is definitely more on the true side right here with the her. I mean, this is pretty true with the wind gust generally in these areas. But if you want to go into 3 p.m. today, I mean, if you compare now with 3 p.m., these winds are expected to get even worse along the coastal areas, especially near the Delaware area. These winds are expected to get a little bit more worse, especially into my area, continuing to worsen. But if you go into like 5 o'clock tonight, I mean, look at that. I mean, you're going from here to 5 o'clock p.m. and you got winds along the coastal areas. I mean, this is by 6 p.m., you guys. This is by 6 p.m. You got wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour in my area. Up here, Philadelphia, 40s. Along Wildwood, you're talking about 50, 60 miles an hour with the her. This is the her model. All right. You got Ocean City at 60. Wildwood, I mean, you got winds off here 70. But, I mean, very, very, very strong winds. And if you go to 8 o'clock tonight, and then, honestly, if you go to 9 o'clock, the winds actually worsen. I mean, winds up in the mountains here, 40 to 45, continuing. But along the coastal areas, you're talking about 60, even near 65 miles an hour along Island. The winds continuing to worsen throughout today. So if you guys are along New Jersey, expect the winds to worsen. Maybe another 20 miles an hour more expected to come, but I'm currently taking a look at radar on my phone. I'm just seeing if this is going to build back. I just want to see what we are seeing. It looks like the precipitation is building back a little bit. It's trying to. I'm very interested how the precipitation is going to be on this, because that'd be pretty bad. But if you go in the 11 o'clock tonight, I mean, look at that. This is 11 o'clock tonight. You got Philadelphia reaching 45, 50. My area is still around 40. Wildwood, I mean, you're still talking about 50, 60 mile an hour winds. Long Island. And you continue this throughout tomorrow. I mean, this is 2 a.m. Starting to relax a little bit along the coastal areas as this continues to move. But generally, I mean, look at that. This by 6 in the morning on Monday morning in my area. You're talking about 50 miles an hour according to the her. So my area will continue to worsen with these winds. These winds actually crash on shore with the her. Goes inland. You're talking 40 to 50 mile an hour winds for my area. Depending on those rain bands too. And then you are expecting throughout Monday, 8 a.m. I mean, you're expecting Monday to be winds up to 40 to 50 mile an hour winds along the coastal areas as this low continues to move inland. The winds start to relax. But further inland, like in my area, you're talking about some pretty strong gusty winds pretty much all day into the evening tomorrow, when they will eventually start to die off just a bit. But they are still cranking, and some of these winds here actually get once again stronger up to the 40s. So very long duration event for sure. When we take a look at the waves, actually, let's go back to wind. Let's take a look at the NAM model. Alright, let me quickly check chat. I haven't check the chat in a minute. Morning. Morning. Can Western Long Island get 60 mile an hour? Yes, they can. People aren't endanger themselves by driving into overwash areas. Yes. Hey, Critty, can you send that link, please? Hey, Michelle. Hey, Justin. Hey, Mia. Hey, Tristan. Critty, can you please send that link? That'll be very greatly appreciated. Of the waves and everything. About North Carolina and this neighborhood. Yes, I can. Also in the Carolinas. This is actually as of right now. Let me go quickly. So this is let's go back to the HERT. These are, let's take a look here of the 15. So right now we are talking about some very strong winds. Right now the worst impacts are in the Carolinas as of right now. And that is expected according to the HERT for the next couple hours and stuff for the impacts to start to decently wind down just a bit. When we take a look at windy, and let's go back here to the HERT model. Look at North Carolina. This is as of pretty much right now. Sorry about that. I mean, this is as of right now. If you guys are in North Carolina, anywhere from 40 to 45 miles an hour of winds. It's nothing too bad, actually. Even in the Outer Banks here, we're still whipping around 30 to 40 mile an hour winds. And this is generally, if you go into 2 p.m., let's go a little bit more. The impacts actually get a little bit less along the shoreline. Still very large waves inland, 40 to 45. But like I said, throughout the end of the day, I mean, the HERT likes to crank up almost near 50 now in southern North Carolina. Wilmington around 40. Raleigh 40. Up in here 40. Look at that. And then by 11 tonight, the winds will start to die down here. And we start to talk about more like 30 to 35 mile an hour winds. And then this should continue to die down. So the worst of the impacts for North Carolina is right now. Okay? And let me just quickly take a look here. Let me look at I want to take a look at some radar for you guys. Yeah. So this is some of the radar of North Carolina. So this is the radar. There's our low. Our low is about here right now. Just cranking. So if you guys are along North Carolina, you guys got generally on the northern side of this low, rain bands, some breaks in it of light to moderate rains. On the southern side, like Myrtle Beach, even parts of South Carolina, like Orangeburg, Charleston's right now in a quiet period. Columbia just got out of some heavy rain. Florence, Fayetteville, Lumberton, Wilmington, all dealing with some rain. And actually, more like southern part of North Carolina to South Carolina, you guys are actually dealing with some very heavy rain. Potentially with wind gusts up to 40 to 40 mile an hour winds. So really seeing that back end of that low pressure and then that onshore breeze. If you can, Crady, can you send that link? Let me look at some comments. I do not know if you send me a link because thank you, Linda. I'm looking at. Oh, you did send it to me. Let me actually quickly. Alright. I know I do not want to show my YouTube studios. Alright, so thank you, Critty, for sending this to me yesterday. I'm sorry if you guys had to look at that. I'll try and get back to your guys' answers. But these are some buoys and some data. If you guys, let's go through some of these buoys here. I want to see some of the winds that are whipping along. Do you guys have any more questions about North Carolina by chance? So let's take a look at some of these buoys here. We're going to start near the Carolinas. So let's go into Outer Banks. This is one. Wow. You got winds gusting to 25 miles an hour right there. You got 69 water temps. Oh, huh. I should mirror it. Alright, so I'm looking for some buoys. These are stations. So winds 25. This one 12.8 feet waves in North Carolina. 12.8 in North Carolina right now. Significant waves just off of here. I'm looking at some stations. This is a buoy a little bit near off Cape Hatteras. 21 knots. So that's about 30 miles an hour winds. You're talking about no buoys there. I'm not going to go through each single one, but rising 23 knots right there. That's about 33 miles an hour, 35. 14 foot waves max. Winds gusting to 33 knots. That's right along the shoreline of station there. Look at that, 33 knots gusting. So that's about 45 mile an hour winds right there. 14 foot waves. $27 knots. That's 30, 35. Yeah, we got some pretty gusty winds up to 40 to 45 mile an hour winds right now along the Outer Banks of the Carolinas here. $14.8 feet just off the shoreline here of northern, almost Virginia. Let's go a little bit closer. 14-foot waves. Look at that. Right against the shoreline right here of Ducks Pier, North Carolina. 41 knots, you guys. We got some wind gusts up to 41 knots. That is 50 mile an hour winds, you guys. You guys got some winds up here to the northern parts where the low pressure rain. You're talking about 50 knots. Look at that. 41.0 knots. That's up to 50 mile an hour winds. Almost 53 mile an hour winds. This is actually pretty crazy here. This is an awesome website. I love this website. Oh, we got some back here. Let's just look at them for fun. 27 knots. 23. Winds gusting to 40.8. So that's about 50 mile-an-hour winds right there. So you got some gust in the northern parts of the Outer Banks, dealing with gusts up to 50 in the 50-mile-an-hour range right there. So those models that were showing 50-mile-an-hour winds ain't wrong, even a little bit overboard. Just off Cape Henry, Virginia, you're talking about 11-foot waves now. Virginia Beach, 40 knots in Virginia Beach. All right. Virginia Beach, just north here. Look at that. Cape Henry right here, you're talking about 40 knots. That's 50-mile-an-hour winds right there. Go a little further inland, 33 knots. That's 40 to 45. Also, big waves on some of these, too. 35 knots. 18 knots. 32 knots. 6 feet waves. Wow, that's pretty crazy. You got 6 feet waves going into here, you guys. Right here. This is 6 feet waves going into Chesapeake Bay. That's pretty wavy, if you ask me. 24 knots. Let's look at some of these. 35 knots. So you got 40 to 50 mile-an-hour winds already in southern Maryland. 31 knots. Big waves, too. You're talking about in those 4 to 5 feet in those Chesapeake. Yeah, pretty crazy. This is Virginia Island here. You're talking about 11.8 feet. So you're talking about generally so far here 10 feet waves. Generally 10 feet waves. That's 10 feet waves right here. You're talking about 15 feet here in the Outer Banks. So that's what it's looking like right now with 50 to 55 mile-an-hour winds. $55-mile-an-hour winds right here. Now let's get a little bit further north. I think I already Delaware. This is in Delaware, 38.9 knots off the shoreline there. That's about 40 to 45. 19 knots there. You're talking about now Delaware beaches, 10.5 feet. Pretty crazy. Delaware Bay. Let's look into Delaware Bay so far. 36.9 knots. Very gusty winds. 35 knots. Cape May, New Jersey, 22 knots. That's about 30 to 35. Atlantic City. Nothing there. A little bit more inland. 15 knots, that's about 25. 16-foot wave. Look at that. Just off the Jersey shore right here of Burngett, New Jersey. Off Tom's River. Into the beach. 16.1 significant wave. That's really, really strong waves. Let's just look at some of these here. $31 knots off of Long Beach, New Jersey. 31.1 knots. Let's go a little bit more offshore. 36.9. 40 to 45 mile-an-hour winds already in New Jersey. Almost 50. 28.9. So you definitely got some very strong winds here. Pretty crazy, right? Central Maryland. All right. Pretty crazy. So, yeah, that's some of the buoy updates out of that. Thank you, Critty. That's an awesome website, in my opinion. I love that website. Thank you, man. Love it. That's an awesome website. Looks like to me that rain shield is building back a bit now. That's going to be interesting. I'm going to like to see how that continues to build. Yeah, this coastal low is continuing to move north. Sorry about that. Looks like some of this coastal shields. Looks like this coastal shield of rain is starting to build a little bit. I'm starting to see a little bit more of a push into southern PA now. Also, some more rain filling in the radar. That's probably with that onshore breeze, you guys. Those winds are expected to get worse. Keep that in mind. I don't joke around with this stuff. That. Some of the convection, too. There's a little bit more convection showing up on this frontal band here. Let me look at some of y'all comments. Here in Maryland, got some sustained winds. Any more questions? We're kind of just watching the lovely model. Yeah, GFS don't like that coastal low. I give up on it. Okay, GFS. What are you showing now? We're just going to look a broad view of the GFS in the Atlantic. Bloop, bloop. Oh. Ah. Still showing our lovely storm. That goes in the Caribbean in 10 days. That's a low. Oh, Canadian. Oh. Okay. We'll keep an eye on that. I don't know what that's all about, that drama. Zero C shows nothing. Oh! Okay. I guess the Atlantic is not done, you guys. That southern rider looks like now the Euro's picking it up in the Caribbean too. That's another hurricane out of the Caribbean. Look at that. is GF. Wow. The models are, oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that. That's crazy. I just started looking at it. My opinion on it is, I don't know. It's a tough call. We do have Invest 97L trying to get going, but Invest 97L has a low level center going north. I don't know about it. Let me quickly check something. I mean, we might have an October storm. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm really focused on this stupid nor'easter. Looks like it's not going to do anything for the next couple days. Bah. And then it shows 70-mile-an-hour winds. Imagine. What is the GF? I don't even know anymore. Oh. You know, I don't want to overhype it, but I mean, this is 10 days out now. I don't like that. I don't like this either. As in hitting Puerto Rico as a hurricane. Like, come on. What, really, Icon? Up, you guys, I guess we are going to be talking about the Atlantic again. After this nor'easter, I guess we are going to be making another video on this Atlantic. I'm ready for snow. Let's look at some beginning snows. Some little stuff, nothing big. Are these buoys update when? 36. Yeah, wind's increasing a bit now. We're definitely starting to talk about more of the 40s and 50s. I'm interested on the new her. What about the wrap? The lovely wrap. Yeah, it likes it moving north and doing that. Very